Hello everyone. So welcome back. So in last class we have learned about some phase changes that is known as freezing or melting or vaporization. Okay. So in this lecture we are going to check how do we measure the temperature of ice, or how can we determine the freezing point of water and boiling point of water. Okay. Freezing point and sorry, melting point and boiling point. So this is a melting point, melting point of ice, and the boiling point of water. So what is melting point? We have already seen that the melting point is the point in at which the solid phase converts into the liquid phase. That is the melting point, है ना? Okay, let us see what equipments we need for this activity. We need a beaker, a tripod stand, a laboratory thermometer, some ice cubes, and Bunsen burner and a glass rod. What is Bunsen burner? Bunsen burner is this one. This is your Bunsen burner. Okay, this is your Bunsen burner. Here it is your tripod stand. This is your tripod stand. Here you can keep your beaker and everything, and this is your beaker. Here it is the laboratory lab thermometer. Okay, this is your lab thermometer, and this is a glass rod. Here it is shown a glass rod. This glass rod is used just for stirring of the water, just for the stirring of the water, so that whatever heat is generated from the Bunsen burner, it is given to the beaker, that is equally distributed in the water. Okay, so for this reason only we use glass stirrer. Now let us see what from what phase we have to do, and what can we observe. Let us see. Now suppose that first of all, what we will do, we will put some ice cubes in the beaker that we have taken in the at first place we have taken it. Ice cubes, put some let us put some ice cubes in the beaker. Here this is your first phase. Here we have put some ice like this. We have put some ice cube in the beaker, and let's insert the thermometer also. Here it is a thermometer. Look, we have inserted the thermometer inside the ice cubes. So what reading we will get? We will get the reading of the freezing point of water, or the reading of the ice. So we know that the ice it freezes at 0 degrees Celsius. So we will note the temperature as 0 degrees Celsius. Okay. Second point is insert the laboratory thermometer in it such that the bulb is in contact with the ice. What is bulb? So bulb is the lower portion of the thermometer. Look here. Here it is the lower portion. That is the lower portion in which, let me draw. Suppose that this is your thermometer. This is your thermometer. In this thermometer we have a small knob here. In this area we have filled the mercury that is raised inside the thermometer, है ना? This is the thermometer. Here it is some readings marking as there, and at the bottom of the thermometer some metal surface is there. And inside that metal surface we have filled some mercury. Okay, we have filled mercury. So this metal surface, this metal area, this one is known as bulb of the thermometer. This is bulb of the thermometer. Now what it says, it says that start heating the beaker slowly on a low flame. We will start heating. What will happen? It will, the ice will start absorbing the flame ice will start absorbing the heat, and we will keep stirring. We will keep stirring with the help of a glass rod. We will keep stirring. Why do we need keep stirring at a continuous pace? We need to stir it continuously because we have already stated that when we stir it using a glass rod, the temperature rise or the heat distribution is equal in all direction. Okay, so this is the only reason. Now first of all, we will note down the temperature when the ice starts changing to water. Whenever we will see at the bottom that some water has present, we will start noting the temperature of the thermometer. Now note the temperature when the whole ice has been converted into water. Now after some time, when we'll see that there is no ice left in the beaker, at that point of time also we will check the temperature in the thermometer, and we will note it down. Then now slowly heat the water in the beaker. After some time, we will raise the temperature, we will raise the flame, and we will start heating it more. Okay, after some time, what will happen? The water will start evaporating. We will see some vapors over here, over the beaker. We will note some vapors. So slowly heat the water in the beaker and note the temperature. When the water starts changing to into water vapor, keep stirring the water. Now what we have seen, first of all, we have converted solid into the liquid. We have converted, first of all, solid ice, that was ice. We have converted solid ice into the liquid. What was in liquid? Liquid was water, है ना? We have converted solid ice into liquid water. Now we are again providing heat so that it is converting into the water vapor, that is a gaseous phase. We are converting it in the water vapor, that is a gaseous phase. At all the stages we have provided heat. We are supplying heat, more and more amount of heat, है ना? We are supplying more and more amount of heat here. So with the application of heat, solid is converting into the liquid, that is ice is converting into the water, and with more amount of heat, the water is converting into the gas. Now note the temperature when most of water has vaporized. It is saying not all water has converted into vapor, but most of the water. So when we have noted down the temperature at two different points, we will see that the thermometer, when the ice is totally converted into water, its reading is 0 degree Celsius. And when most of the water has been converted into vapor, we will see that it is showing 100 degree Celsius of reading. So from these two observations, we can conclude that the melting point of ice is 0 degree Celsius and boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. Or we can also say that 0 degree Celsius is the freezing point of water. Freezing point of water, we can also say that. And boiling point of water is 100 degree Celsius. Got it? So by this activity we have learned how to determine the melting point of ice and the boiling point of water. Got it? I think everything is clear. Let us revise it. First of all, what we have to do, we have to get some equipments that are what that are beaker, ice cubes, and a thermometer, laboratory thermometer, a tripod stand, a Bunsen burner. Bunsen burner, it is a special type of burner in which alcohol or spirit is filled. Okay, a Bunsen burner and a glass rod for stirring purpose. Okay, these are the equipments that we need. And when we'll what will we do, we'll put the ice into the beaker and start the flame at a slow pace. So it will get the ice will absorb the heat that is supplied by the burner, and it will continuously absorb until the whole ice is converted into the water. So when the whole ice is converted into water, we will note down the temperature which has shown 0 degrees Celsius. And after some time, if we will continue to supply heat, we will see that at a certain point the most of the water is converting into the vapor. It is converting into vapor, most of the water is converting. So at that point of time, we will check the temperature, then we will get 100 degrees Celsius as the temperature of the boiling point. So this shows that the freezing point and or melting point of ice and the boiling point of water. So all has to note down these different points. Based on these different points, we everyone has to draw these diagrams and note down all the activity. Okay, let's move to next point. That is sublimation and deposition. So what is sublimation and what is deposition? Sublimation is the phase. Let us see here. Sublimation sublimation. So what is sublimation? Sublimation is the process of converting solid into gaseous phase without converting into without converting into liquid. Converting into liquid. It says that if we supply some amount of heat to a certain solid, then a particular solid or particular substance have this property that they directly convert from solid phase to gaseous phase. Directly convert from the solid phase to gaseous phase. This conversion of solid into liquid, directly into the liquid, without converting into the solid into the gases, without converting into the liquid, this process is known as sublimation. Got it? This process is known as sublimation. And deposition is just opposite process of the sublimation. Deposition, it is the just opposite process of the sublimation, in which a gas is directly converted into solid without occurring a liquid phase, without converting into liquid phase, converting into liquid phase. Got it? So in sublimation and deposition, liquid phase is excluded and they directly convert from solid to gas or gas to solid. So if it is happening directly from gas to solid, we will say, sir, deposition process is happening. And if the solid is directly converting into the gases, we will say it is a sublimation process. So we have seen, if we will see some example, then we can say that camphor is a good example, in which we can say that when the camphor is burnt, it directly converts into the gas without converting into the liquid. So we can see some smoke here like this. You will see some smoke here, है ना? In this vessel we have seen that some smoke is present. This is directly converting from solid phase to gaseous phase. Got it? And if we have to check some example of deposition, then we can say that the carbon dioxide which is in solid state, when it is deposition, when how do we get it in solid state? Carbon dioxide is a gas, it is a gas, but how do we get it in solid state? So when we cool it down so much that it directly converts into the solid phase. Without it, it doesn't come into the liquid phase, but it directly become a form of ice. it, it is also known as dry ice. It is also known as dry ice. It is a dry ice. So if someone asks you the question, what is dry ice, what is dry ice, you will say, sir, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, this is the solid form of the carbon dioxide is known as dry ice. Got it? So dry ice is we obtain it by the process of deposition. Got it? Here some relation between the solid, liquid and gases and the heat temperature is given, that it is saying that if the state is present, matter is present in the solid phase, and if you raise the temperature or if you supply the heat, it starts converting into liquid. It will melt. It will melt, but till it is melting, it will not till it is melting it will not change its temperature. Look here, this is a straight line. That means at this point the temperature is constant, but the heat is continuously increasing. Heat will increase, but its temperature will not convert, it will not change. So till it completely converts into the liquid, its temperature will not change. When it is completely converted into liquid, at that point or after that point, it will start rising the temperature of the liquid. So at a certain point the temperature of the liquid will increase, and at particular time it will again stop. It will again become a constant. What will be that point? That point will be vaporization. So till the whole process, whole water, a whole liquid is converted into the gaseous phase, its temperature will again become a constant. Like here, it will again become a constant till the whole liquid converts into the gas. And from the if we'll keep on raising the temperature, and if we'll keep on supplying the heat, it will obtain a full form of gas. Its reverse is also possible, that from gaseous phase it will convert into liquid by the process of condensation. From condensation, if we have to convert it liquid, convert it in solid from liquid, then it will go directly from the melting process, freezing process. And if it has to, it will if it directly converts from gaseous phase to solid phase, we will say, sir, it is a deposition process. It is a deposition process. And if directly converts from solid to gaseous, then we will say it is a sublimation process. It is a sublimation process. So I hope you have learned many things in this video lecture. In the upcoming lecture we will solve some questions, and some numeric questions, and some other topics we will try to clear it. Till then, note them, or not all these topics or all these points that we have stated here, and draw all the diagrams, and all the this graph also you have to draw. Okay? So complete all these questions, and we will discuss it in evening in the doubt session. Okay? Till then, thank you.